Welcome to the Immortal Dragon Technique course. My name is Draco Zonta, and I will be guiding you through this course. It is designed to help introduce the Immortal Dragon Technique, which is aimed at regenerating telomeres on the end of our DNA strands. The theory is based on what we know of the aging process and how the body gets the necessary information to heal itself of injuries from these data centers that are the telomeres on the end caps of our DNA. And once those end caps are depleted, then the DNA starts breaking down. We start dying of old age. That's the aging process as we know it. So we're going to start with the very basics of meditation and proceed into more advanced techniques in an almost seamless fashion, step by step. You can go at your own pace once the whole course is out. Right now, this is the first lesson, and I'm going to be delivering each lesson weekly. So it'll be a 6-week process. Here in week 1, we're gonna get into breathing exercises. So today, what we're gonna end up actually practicing will be taking deep breaths in non-stressful, comfortable ways, and we're going to learn to get deeper into our consciousness this way. So let's start with a couple of simple yet mind-blowing facts. We now know that there is a tiny brain in the heart. It's about 40,000 cells, and this is likely responsible for causing the heart to beat before the brain in the head actually starts to develop. I believe it is actually in this mind space that we can connect to the infinite inside and out. I believe it is likely the heart mind that is at the center of the body's toroidal field. We also know now, thanks to Dr. Masaru Emoto's study of the science of water and experiments with the power of thought and other waveforms, that water is incredibly malleable and will retain properties of the energy that impacts it. For example, a beautiful piece of music would render a more beautiful image of the water under a microscope. Humans are around 70% water, so it stands to reason that we should be able to change our physical form through meditation and other inputs, creating our ideal body and achieving the longevity that we want. The Immortal Dragon Technique was born of decades of study and practice across fields. The idea behind this meditation is that humans have the power to change the world around us using our minds to take ideas from our independent reality into the observable world. And with this power, we can influence our bodies more than anything else in our shared reality. So we're going to begin with covering the basics of meditation and breathing exercises here in week 1, in lesson 1. In week 2, lesson 2, we're going to learn to do some grounding and cleansing through a specific meditation that I like to do that connects with the earth and the universe. In week 3, we will cover the energy centers or plexuses of the body, where we will be channeling and storing energy. In week 4, we will learn about the heart mind and how to move our consciousness into this space. In week 5, we will review telomeres, DNA, and the theory behind the Immortal Dragon Technique as an aid to health and longevity. We will end this week, week 5, with a meditation that will start with breathing exercises and then go into the heart mind and simply hold joy in our mind's eye until we're ready to move on. And then finally, in week 6, we'll be doing the full Immortal Dragon Technique guided meditation from beginning to end. And from this point on, you should have everything you need to do this meditation at will and for whatever you need. So now let's talk about the basics of meditation. Meditation is a practice that involves training the mind to achieve a state of consciousness that is different from the normal waking state. It's often associated with relaxation, stress reduction, and enhanced self-awareness. While there are many different techniques and traditions, we're going to talk about some basic methods and principles commonly used in meditation that will be applicable in this course. So first of all, I want to talk about posture. When you're doing a meditation, you're going to want to sit or lie down comfortably in a quiet place where you won't be disturbed. The traditional posture for meditation is sitting with a straight back, either on the floor or on a cushion, or on a chair with your feet flat on the floor, on the ground, You can also lie down if sitting is uncomfortable. Personally, I prefer to sit in a chair with my feet flat on the ground, my back straight, and my hands in my lap. I actually tend to, when I'm really doing a hardcore meditation, I will put my hands together like this, centered, um, right on my lap. It just kind of helps keep the energy flowing in a cycle. So anyway, the next thing we're going to talk about is focus, which I could use some more of. Choose a focal point for your attention. Pretty much anytime you're going to meditate, you're going to want to do this. I use breath, which, it could be your breath. It could be a mantra, a word or phrase repeated silently. It could be a visual object, or the sensations in your body. The goal is to anchor your mind to this focal point. So if your mind starts to wander, you can gently bring it back. And your mind will probably wander, especially when you're first getting started. I know for me, it took weeks of regular practice to actually get to where I could actually quiet my mind down. And in Taoism, we refer to this as the monkey mind. And we want to calm the monkey mind down and get it to relax and just be okay while we do our thing. And so to do that, we need a point for the monkey mind to focus on. So pick your focal point. For me, it's always my breath, because it's in me, it's part of me, and I find breathing exercises to be one of the most effective ways to get into meditation. So on that, the next point is breath awareness. So one common meditation technique is to focus on the natural rhythm of your breath. Notice the sensations of breathing in and breathing out, the rise and fall of your chest or abdomen, and the feeling of air passing through your nostrils. It's amazing. Mindfulness meditation involves paying attention to the present moment without judgment. Simply observe your thoughts, emotions, and bodily sensations as they arise, allowing them to come and go without getting caught up in them. And the next point is relaxation. Meditation can promote relaxation by calming the mind and reducing stress. As you practice, you may notice a sense of relaxation spreading throughout your body, accompanied by a feeling of inner peace and calm. Now, like any skill, consistency is a big deal, right? So meditation requires regular practice to be effective. So start with just a few minutes each day and gradually increase the duration as you become more comfortable with the practice. The next point we're going to talk about is non-attachment. And I'm hoping here pretty soon I'm going to order the 5 Levels of Attachment by Don Miguel Ruiz Jr. It's going to be a great follow-up to the 4 Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. I'm going to be reading those in the Inevitable Rise group on Facebook. So feel free to join us there. So in meditation, the goal is not to suppress or control your thoughts, but rather to observe them with detachment. If you find yourself becoming distracted or lost in thought, simply acknowledge it without judgment and gently guide your attention back to your focal point. Now, the benefits of meditation are numerous. Research suggests that meditation can have a lot of benefits for both physical and mental health, including reduced stress, improved concentration, enhanced emotional well-being, and a greater sense of inner peace. Overall, meditation is a simple yet powerful practice that can be adapted to suit individual preferences and needs. With regular practice, it can help cultivate a sense of mindfulness, presence, and overall well-being in daily life. Now, we're going to be using several meditative practices, starting with breathing exercises. In this first part of the course, lesson 1, we're just going to do some simple breathing exercises to help us get used to the practice. And then when you're ready to move forward, simply go on to the next part of the course. If it's available. As you may know, if you're looking at this right now, this is the first part, and we are Going to be releasing these, like I said, every week for the next 6 weeks. Um, so here's a simple breathing exercise to help focus the mind for the Immortal Dragon Technique. Practicing this technique, I have reached up to 30-second inhales and 20-second exhales for about 50 seconds total for a single breath. This should not be a goal. It's just my way of expressing that everyone is different. You may find that you can actually breathe a lot more deeply than you once thought. I definitely couldn't do that at first. When I first started doing breathing exercises, we're talking maybe 8-second inhales and 10-second exhales, something like that. And it took practice to get that up there. But now I can comfortably breathe deep in ways that most people are shocked at. With each inhalation, simply focus your on stretching your breathing mechanism, like increasing the space where your diaphragm is expanding and your chest is open. And with each exhalation, focus deeper into the breathing itself. Like as you exhale, you can just imagine like your consciousness and yourself just going deeper into yourself as you feel your diaphragm closing and your lungs contracting. And you can do this as often as you're comfortable. When you reach the peak of either an inhalation or exhalation, in that brief moment when you're neither inhaling nor exhaling, feel your consciousness going deeper inside yourself. Now, to conclude this session, there's going to be a written breakdown of the Immortal Dragon Technique meditation, which we will fully perform at the end of the course. So check out the transcript on the webpage. It'll have a breakdown of that for you. So if you're already a practiced meditator, you can probably get right to the Immortal Dragon meditation. If you have the experience and knowledge to do it. So that's why I'm providing it right now in the transcript form. So feel free to read that. And again, at the end of week 6, at lesson 6, we're going to do the full meditation together. So thank you so much for being here. That concludes lesson 1. And remember, what we want to do right now with this is to practice that breathing exercise. So what you're going to do is just relax and breathe. Breathe comfortably and just allow the breathing to continue to get deeper and deeper, but without stressing yourself or becoming uncomfortable. So you want to expand your potential for breathing without hurting yourself, right? So you don't want to hold your breath. You don't want to stress your body. We don't want to do anything that's going to require more of those telomeres on the end of our DNA caps we pulled off. So don't cut off oxygen to your body. Oxygen is one of the most important things you can have in your blood, even though we want to have antioxidants, right? So it's a process. Health is important, and there's a lot to it. So again, thank you for being here. That's going to conclude this lesson, and I look forward to seeing you in the next lesson.